When John and I get together, it's always the beginning. When John and I get together, it's always the beginning of a bad joke.
I'm just trying to figure out what you keep running from, Jerry.
Ha 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 ha. Old age.
Oh,
That's a good reason.
Harry and I get those centers going, and it's just constant chatter.
So,
Hey guys, by the way,
hey,
if everybody pays, I'm still waiting on some people to pay, but if everybody pays, the take on including the Gates Foundation was over $30,000 for that run.
beautiful.
Yeah.
so
With the polio bus,
Yep,
hey,
everything
I
going
got a
polio.
question for you, Jerry.
Mhm.
I'm no longer the secretary yet. Scott, you got a from fulfillment, you got congratulations, a motorcycle Rotarian blue stones pin sent to me.
Oh.
I'm gonna have to send to you. Congratulations. And we got a Paul Fellowship Award sent to me to give to Amanda. And it keeps coming into my office, and I just keep having to turn it around and send it out. So can somebody please tell Rotary International that we are not a physical club? Please.
We're stress testing the global logistics system.
So
Don't
I'll
have
turn it
provisions for
around and mail
that.
it out, but I just keep, I don't even know who to send. Who to
They
tell?
don't have provisions for that. I know when I set everything up. The official address for our club's my home.
Well, now it's my home.
Good. I like that. Who is our current secretary?
It's Deb, but I mean,
Yeah,
she doesn't
yeah.
want it at her house either. So it's,
Well, it'd be great because I'd be like, look what I got today.
well, look what I got today. So
Well,
it's slowed down the mail, but it's
Don't-
it'll
don't-
get turned
Don't be
around.
afraid to keep track of the cost and send the cost to Rory, and he'll send you a check or
Rory.
something.
So
We'll just get
I'll
reimbursement
add
for
it
it,
all
yeah.
up, and when it's substantial enough to make a claim, I'll make a claim.
Yeah, I mean, we budgeted for that when we put it in our dues, so.
So
But
far it's a
but it's
whopping
funny.
$7.
But it's funny because you haven't been the secretary since July. So it's like, is there just something stuck in the system?
They'll
I
get
think
it
I think somebody puts it on a cheat sheet on their computer and
It
They
never
don't look
changes
it up.
it.
Don't worry, Mickey. They'll get it correct about June 15th of 2022.
right. Just about the time somebody else's secretary they'll start sending it to Deb.
Yeah,
There you
then
go.
everything will start going to Deb, right?
Yeah. We're gonna run a year behind what we do.
So that's my job description now, is the mail rerouting.
Yeah, the official. You are the official router of items.
Yep. So congratulations, Scott.
Thank you.
You could always just put please forward to, and then the next person's doesn't cost anything to do that.
That's true. Although
Will they do that?
I'm afraid it would just get lost.
Yeah.
I'm
And
sorry.
unfortunately, I have to
in my
open it
Rotary.
to know what it is, because they don't tell you that it's, Michaela Schaller, care of Scott. You have to open it up to figure out what it is.
Very effective system. Very effective.
Yes, very effective. So anyways, that's my business today.
why, yes, I'd be happy to start off Happy Bucks.
Go
I've
for
got
it.
23 Happy Bucks, one for each 100 kilometers that I rode, and oh shit, it disappeared. Hold on a minute, I gotta pull up. Hold on a minute. Try this again.
We got any other happy bucks while we wait?
There,
There we go.
I rode through the deserts of Egypt on this.
How many
150
cc's is that, John?
In China. And
How much
man, it was a
bigger-
ball. I recommend Cross Egypt Challenge for everybody.
How much
How many
bigger is that than
cc?
your Indian bike?
What was that?
How much bigger than that is,
Bigger?
how much bigger is that than your Indian bike? God, you got that funny scratch again by your eye.
He's got
That
that
scratch
same
again.
itch in his eye.
He's telling you that you're number one.
How many cc's,
Oh, no, I've got a different
John?
finger for that. Anyway, I had a ball. It was probably the best
You mean
organized
dyslexia, John?
event I've ever been on. Oh, I can do that. You showing off your wedding ring?
You guys do know this is being recorded, right?
And we don't care.
Isn't that one
I'm
of the
sure
best?
Jerry's got about 26 happy bucks.
Old and not running for anything ever again.
Read
I
between the
did my
lines.
20, I said that last time I was given 26 happy bucks. I'm happy because the pain's gone. It went away earlier this week. I'm also happy I got Moderna #3. And you know, I had the worst reaction of all of it, even though it's a half dose. It got me for a day this time.
My new toy. Here's my happy
Somebody else-
buck.
What's that? Is that a quad?
Side by side.
That's cool.
Whoa.
Fun.
Polaris,
Yeah, it's a razor.
very nice.
So that's my new toy.
I've got one of those
Happy buck.
off-road cars not far from us. We see those guys buzzing around all the time.
My dad had a little propane golf cart when he lived in Tucson. And of course, those folks would always keep him on the street. You'll be the one out there roosting, getting it off-road, huh?
So there's one happy buck. I was driving around just collecting the neighbor's mail. I was picking up his mail for him.
Nikki, that thing would look great on a golf course.
Okay, I got a happy buck. I got a new toy.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh. Hey, nice.
It's my water motorcycle.
Whoa.
A water scooty.
Yeah.
Oh, that's my spider's cousin.
Yeah, it's the Rotax. Exactly.
I had a friend, one of the girls I ride with had a couple of those. So she took me out on a lake. I'd never been out on one before. She really didn't explain anything to me, except she was riding in front of me and she decided she was stopping, but didn't give me any indicator. Oh, that was hilarious.
Oh, geez.
Because basically I jumped in her wake and came down and the water just hit her. And it was like, I'm like, oh my God, I'm so sorry. I am so sorry. She's like, no, it's my fault. I should have probably told you more about that before we started.
This thing is 1,650 cc's,
Wow.
Yeah.
300 horsepower.
And how
Oh my
fast
goodness.
does it go?
It has a governor to keep it below 80.
On
Which,
the water.
Yeah, I've gone 60, and that was plenty too fast
Yeah,
for me.
60 on the water is plenty fast.
Yeah, it scared the crap out of me.
You know how to take that governor off, don't you?
Oh yeah.
See, the key on anything is to get it to where it's purring. You know what purr is? In the speedometer where it says miles per hour, you want to hit purr.
See, I learned so much here. Thank you, Jerry.
No, we used to do that with our 5-ton and 2.5-ton trucks in the military and convoy. We'd get in
Yeah.
trouble for it. But, you know, fortunately, they peaked out at 50. So when you hit about 55
Hey,
or 60
Jerry.
mile an hour, you were purring those guys.
Guess who's here?
Hey, man.
Hey, guys.
How you
Yeah.
doing? Good to see
Hey,
you.
Jerry, I was thinking that maybe some weekend, if you and Rory had time, maybe Mickey and I would make the drive up that way. We need to do a little planning for the trip to Houston for Rotary.
Oh, fantastic.
for the convention.
That'd be
So,
cool. Would that
Yeah,
involve some of this?
could.
Get some real beer.
That'll be
Yeah,
fun.
If you
Yeah.
don't have, if you don't have Dos Equis, you can always get beer.
Real beer.
So we'll have to plan something, maybe some Saturday or Sunday, we could take a drive up that way. It's not too terribly far, so.
Yeah. Rory's over on the other side of the state, so
Oh, is it? Oh,
yeah, he's 3 hours from here. So
oh, I didn't realize that. I thought it was closer. Oh, that's not. so
yeah.
bad.
But hey, that's okay. He's over in Muskegon.
Who else is over by you?
Was it?
Just me.
Just you. Okay.
Oh, there's a couple of other IFMRs not too awful far away, but for the club, it's just me.
Well, anybody else wants to ride with us, it's from this area, is more than welcome.
Well, we're not gonna ride up there this time.
No.
Anyways, at least I'm not that hardcore. So I'm being attacked by Mickey's dog, so.
Oh, that's
Did-
right. It's cold in other places.
Yeah.
Did-
Oh, yeah.
Mine
Yeah,
does
it is.
this way.
Did
Well,
John
please,
take
Deb.
off? We'd have to make a deviation and go through and see John. Actually, back when we were planning on coming down to see Deb and company, when Ute had that ride plan right before COVID crapped out everything, we were gonna go and drop my trailer at John's is what we are gonna do. We are gonna trailer down. John
Yeah, I gotta
Henry's.
think of, I'm still a working stiff, so I gotta think about time frame to get down there and that kind of stuff, so. Unless Mickey
Got
leads
like
the ride.
3.5 days to Get there.
I've gotten 2 new big projects in the last week, so I guess I'm a working stiff again.
Yeah, good. Good.
Gotta
I'm
raise
trying
my
not to be
rates.
working stiff.
Gotta raise my rates. So that quits happening.
Thinking about.
Price of
Alright.
everything's
Yeah,
going.
take him out of there.
Come on.
Yeah, so I guess I gotta buy a Polaris. Jeff's building the Polaris. The new Polaris building.
Isn't that what an Indian is?
Pardon?
John's got that terrible itch all the time.
Better than Tourette's syndrome.
Yeah.
That's my problem.
Polaris used to make Indian.
Actually, some of the new, I don't know if anybody tracks it, but the new Indian Challenger, they have this partnership now with Jack Daniels. Those are some really nice looking bikes. They got some really nice color schemes to them.
Indian Challenger?
Because we're all about the colors.
The Challenger is like the equivalent of the Road Glide. So it's got that big headlight front end. And it looks pretty nice.
There's a
I love
space
those
shuttle
colors.
named
I
Challenger.
admit, I love those colors, John.
They are stunning.
Mm-hmm. One of the prospects of my husband's club is actually riding a I think it's red. I can't remember if it's red and white or if it's the red and camel version of the Roadmaster. It's a beautiful bike. It gets away
Kind of a
from
cream color. Kind of a cream colored on the white.
I think so. I was trying to remember, and
That's a nice looking bike.
he had an older Road King that he traded in for it, and he was funny because he's like, yeah, I'm the Road King, I can get to about 85, and then it had a little shimmy going on to it. He's like, admittedly, on the Indian, he's like, yeah, I'm going like 105, and I don't even realize it.
I miss my yellow bike.
We do too.
I love that color.
Well, you could always paint the new one.
Yeah.
Actually gets a yellow stripe down the side of it. We always laugh when of course, with attending rallies and a lot of the stuff that we attend down here, you go to the parking lot and there's, 10,000 black bikes. It's like, yeah, it's really nice to not have a black bike, have something that you're like, oh no, I'm on this one or that one. And it is kind of nice that way.
So for very long time, I had a green bike, a Dragonfly green bike, and I loved the color. But everybody kept telling me it was bad luck to have a green bike. So does anybody know why it was bad luck to have a green bike? And I'm not asking that question because I know the answer, because I never could find that answer. Somebody would always tell me it's bad luck to have a green bike, and I'd say, why? Well, no.
It's the
I had a
old
green
Harley
Triumph.
lore that, yeah, green bikes were, were bad.
Tell them
luck.
it wasn't a bike, it's a motorcycle.
What about British Racing Green? Does that count?
I don't know. I to this day, nobody's ever been able to tell me why a green bike was considered bad luck, because I love that color. I just absolutely did.
All right, there's 6 things. Green bikes are bad luck. For a long time, riders considered green a terrible color for motorcycles. If you rode a green bike, it was believed you were more likely to crash and die. Since
Yeah.
nobody likes to do either of those things, motorcycle makers found green was an extremely unpopular color. That would be my second favorite color, British Racing Green myself. But the whole thing may have started because of World War II.
Maybe
Motorcycle
camouflage, but it
soldiers
wasn't, I mean,
painted
it
them-
wasn't a camouflage color green.
No, they
It
were
wasn't
painted
like it was
green to
hiding.
carry messages from place to place, so that identified them as military, and made them a target for the enemy rifles.
Maybe.
So blame the military.
Okay.
So they were
Looks
like,
like that was
I'm
the
riding
case.
a green bike and people are shooting at me. It must be the color.
I don't know. Nobody ever shot at me the entire time I was on that bike. I never got shot
Well, that's good.
at. No,
Either that or they were bad shots.
that's right. They weren't trying hard enough.
There's 8 superstitions, evidently. Trap evil with a bell. We all know that one. Don't ride with the back pegs down. If you don't have a passenger, you're supposed to have the pegs up. Green
know
bikes
that
are
one.
bad luck. Drop your helmet. Drop your head. If your helmet drops, it's often that your head follows. Oh well. Stopping to help is good karma. And don't ride a dead man's bike. Oh well. Okay.
And I've done at least 2 of those, 3 of those.
Which 3?
I've ridden a green bike. I believe I'm almost positive that one of our bikes was owned by a dead man. Because we bought it from an estate.
That would do it.
And I'm pretty sure I've ridden with my back pegs down.
I used to have a dead man's green bike, KLR 650. I had no idea.
Yeah,
Well, Mickey,
So I've
your
done-
bike was actually pretty sharp. So
I
was kinda
love
surprised you guys
that
got rid of
color.
it.
Yeah. Well, I didn't get rid of it. Jeff sold it. So it's still a bone of contention. So I got a Polaris in the garage instead of a bike, apparently. So he's still trying to make amends without buying a new bike. So I don't know. We may have words, but at the moment I like it. It's fun. It's not a replacement for the motorcycle, but it sure is something else to do when he goes dirt biking, because then I can do something. So that's okay. We had a good time. We have a good time. I just got to wait for some warmer weather. So when we go dirt biking, I can actually take it out and do something with it. So we literally just picked it up about 2 weeks ago. So.
Heated gear works wonders.
We hit a hawk. Did Jeff tell you that story? Did I tell you that story? Did we tell you that story when we were there? We hit the hawk with his truck on our way back from Sturgis. It did about $4,000 worth of damage to his truck.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So,
So
yeah.
I guess the hawk was totaled.
Oh, yeah. The guy that the insurance company was great. We ended up replacing the whole hood of the truck. And then for a while there, he was driving down the road with his lights were just flashing like that. So they had to replace the whole LED, headlights, but they did a great job fixing it up. But Yeah, all of a sudden it was just like a blur, it's just like the bird evaporated. It was just like a flurry of feathers and blood and guts and it just was gone. So it was on the side of the road and just, they hit it and it just evaporated.
So what were you doing taking a truck to Sturgis? Isn't that a
We
motorcycle
hauled the
route?
bikes, hauled the bikes out there.
Oh, man, the duck's back now.
When we went up to, I used to tease Carlton all the time about his motorcycle. And I would send him a photograph every time I found one of a motorcycle on a trailer or a Harley on a trailer or a Harley on a truck. And going to Alaska and back, I found a lot of them. And I'd send him a postcard. Yeah, I had this online postcard thing, and I would snap a picture and I'd send him a postcard from all over the place of a Harley on a truck or Harley
Yeah.
on a motorcycle or on a trailer.
Well, good news is we had, Jeff's got limited vacation time. So if you got a week to spend at Sturgis, last thing you want to do is spend 3 days driving through Nebraska. So,
You
good
drive
news
slow.
is, good news is you get to spend your optimal time driving through the good stuff. So that was good.
John and I did that in a matter of hours. We didn't get caught dead in Nebraska.
Yeah, I just, that's brutal. You do it once and you just like say, did it, done it, don't want to do it again. So.
We had to get there in time to, we had to get through there in time to go see that big ball of string.
Well, I guess you're just more man than most of us can take, I guess, Jerry. I don't know.
First of all, it was twine.
Oh, okay.
Second of all, it was
Biggest ball of twine.
It's
That
damn
and the
big.
largest donut, right?
It was damn big.
8
We
feet.
had the trailer discussion a lot coming from as far south as I am in Texas. It's sometimes like it's a choice I have to make. It's like, do I want to spend, at least an entire day trying to get out of Texas? If I'm lucky, depending on where I'm going, from where I'm at to let's say Dalhart, which is up I'm heading into Colorado at that point. It's like that's a whole day of riding right
Deb,
there. It's hot.
I don't blame you. I mean, why in the world kill yourself going through Nebraska and just like miles and miles of nothing? If it rains, you're miserable. If you're on highway, you're miserable. Why bother? Let's hit the fun stuff and forget the boring stuff. I'm too old for this crap. So.
Well, I happen to be a bit of a hypocrite. I own four motorcycle trailers, one of which is the only one I can pull behind a motorcycle.
Mhm.
So
Well, we've got 3 trailers and a truck to pull it. So what the hell? Get out there and get where the fun's going. So.
and I
So
bought
I'm
my
with- I'm
Jeep
with
with a
you,
big
Deb.
enough tow
Let's
package to
get
pull the
there and
motorcycles.
get to having fun rather than, beating yourself up. So by the time you get there, all you want to do is, sleep for an hour so you can enjoy yourself, right?
That's actually what cracks me up. And I have some really hardcore rider friends who, ride or die, they're gonna head to Sturgis and then they don't leave like the buffalo chin for 3
Yeah.
days. And I'm
Yeah.
like, what's the point of me going all the way there if I'm not actually gonna go ride Spearfish Canyon?
Yeah, I mean, enjoy the ride while you're there. It's a beautiful
Yeah.
place to be. And I didn't, kill myself getting here. I just enjoy the ride while you're there. I agree completely. So we did ride there once. And so we could say we did it. And so it's like, woohoo, not doing that again.
Well, it's the strangest thing that the roads in and around Sturgis are the same, whether it's bike week or not. And the hotels are about half the price.
This is true. This is true. And
It's all about
it's great.
timing. I
It
have an opportunity I think it's next August. WEMA, which is the Women's International Motorcycling group, they are having a big to-do up. One of the women actually owns a hotel up in that area, and so she's invited us all up, and I'm thinking about going up for the week. I might as well go and enjoy myself. And my whole thing is I have a trailer. I have a brand new 2021 Dodge Ram, so I may trailer it up, but I'm gonna go and enjoy myself.
Absolutely. And if you got a girlfriend to go with you or somebody to go with you, you know, and share the ride, then when you get there, you know, unhook, hitch everything, have a great time, and then hook it all up and head home.
Exactly, exactly.
You have to be a woman to go to this?
This particular event, yes, they're kind of funny that.
The W in the in the acronym kind of
Yeah, kind of does that. And actually, I think, and maybe Linda, did we get Michelle Lamphere? I think she's one of our speakers.
She is.
Spring, yeah, that's
in
her.
March.
Yeah, she's the president of that, and there's some really, I mean, for me as a woman writer, there's some really cool women's events coming next year, and I have a great opportunity to ride Route 66 with a group from the Antique Motorcycle Association, and I'm loving it. I mean, it's gonna be awesome fun. Why not?
Sounds sexist to me.
All right. I say if you wanna let your freak flag fly, go for it.
You know, and actually, I'm going to be completely honest. Here's a brutal honesty moment for you. You know, a lot of men are very put off when I roll up on a motorcycle bigger than theirs, and I'm throwing this thing around like it weighs nothing. So, you know, pick your poison here, boys. What do you want?
Not a problem. I actually belonged to the Society of Women Engineers for 4 years when I was in college. Seriously, they had the best. They had the best speakers come in from the outside for their speaker series, and so it was great to belong to it.
Yeah, they did have Women in the Wind too, and they were, even though it was Women in the Wind, they encouraged spouses to join. So I mean, you could be a dude and join. They were more than happy to have the guys come along.
There's quite a bit. When I was in College Station this year for the Ladies in Leather Rally, there's a lot of men who rode in with their spouses and others, and they had as much fun as we did. I mean, we had a really good time. In some ways, it's like, wow, there was some scary partying going on, but time. And my husband ends up, actually, ironically, my husband, who is the president of an MC, he ends up riding more with me, with my girlfriends, than he does with the guys. Because we're always like, hey, we're gonna go. You want to come with? Guys, oh, I don't know. I got stuff to do. It's like, all right, I'm not gonna sit at home. I've reached that point in my life.
So the Girl Scouts of America got a $500,000 grant from NASA. It's called Girls in Space. And they sent people from all over the country, leaders, to Goddard Space Flight Center to learn about developing astrophysics programs for girls. They had to bring with them an astrophysicist. Guess who that was?
Yeah.
So
Cool.
to be covered by their
Congratulations.
insurance, I had to become a Girl Scout. I got my campfire badge.
All right.
Cool.
I have a bunch of
So you know your campfire safety. Is that what you're saying?
I do, yes.
So if you were an Eagle Scout, did that count? Does it transfer over?
You know, I got up to Weeblo, but no, it didn't transfer over. I was just new guy, no badges, nothing. But I knew my astrophysics, so I was okay.
All right.
So we can buy our cookies from you now, huh?
You send me your money, and we'll see what happens.
He'll hook you up with a Girl Scout. He knows a few.
Yeah.
I'll take a dozen Thin Mints.
Those would be gone in one evening for me. Oh my gosh, those are so good.
Thin Mints is the only one that comes in 2 servings, right? The rest of them are
Yeah.
all one
One.
serving. I mean,
Come in
the
one serving.
definition
Are
of
you
a
kidding?
serving when it comes
One
to
box.
cookies the packages inside. That's a serving.
The
Yeah.
Samoas are just one serving.
Yeah, that's
The whole
one
box.
serving. I
Yeah.
freeze those
There's no
things so
packaging.
that they last at least one day.
I just found 2 boxes in my freezer.
Score.
Which
Yeah.
kind?
Today. Oh, those were today. I actually once again, because I work with rodeo here, and I supported a friend of mine on the poultry committee, and I ended up, no joke, with 35 pounds of chicken in my freezer. And I finally got to a point, I'm like, I've got to get rid of this. So today, a wonderful man showed up at my house, and I handed him a box full of frozen whole chickens. And he was elated because this was going to be all turned into dog food. And I was like, it's out of my freezer, yay. But then I went back into the freezer. I started looking around. I'm like, wow, there's a whole treasure trove of stuff in here that got kind of shoved to the back. And I'm
It
sorry,
sounds like you have a.
good no matter what.
You can send those expired cookies to me.
It sounds like you
You
have
know,
a
I was thinking, I'm like,
Texas-sized
do I have
freezer.
Gary's address somewhere?
Dad, you have a
Which-
Texas-sized freezer, don't you?
I'm sorry, what was that?
You have a Texas-sized freezer.
I do. I actually have, well, you know, we could have a whole discussion about this, granted, but I have a Frigidaire commercial freezer that we bought in probably 2001. And my husband and I, of course, whisper very quietly about it because, you know, it's like, it's lived a very long life and it's moved through multiple states and, you know, it's still running, knock on wood. So,
Nice.
yeah. It's a pretty big one. And today we were actually doing a little bit of shopping online and looking at freezers, and that's enough to give you a heart attack with the cost of appliances.
I
Yeah.
think ours is over 40 years old, so
The
and
older
it's
ones,
still going.
and now all I hear is people complaining about they're buying new appliances like every 5 years right now. It's pretty bad.
Yeah, they're disposable now. Those old ones you can fix.
Yeah, pretty much.
So what cookies were they? I'm fixed on this,
Now
baby.
you're fixated. I have 2 boxes of Thin Mints in there. I probably have some
Oh,
more.
the
that I
Thin
haven't
Mints. Oh, they're not as valuable as the small ones.
I'll have to look. I'll see what's in. I have some other stash places I still need to go through, but it's pretty funny. I buy my niece is in Girl Scouts and they're in South Carolina, so of course I don't get to see them regularly, but of course I get hit up for all of the fundraising. So yeah, invariably I will buy loads of Girl Scout cookies, and yeah, like my husband has his favorites, and the Samoas are his favorites as well. So I know exactly what you're talking about.
That would beat the purple hair dye that Linda sent me that one time.
Did you use it?
It wouldn't take. It doesn't take in gray hair.
Oh, you just didn't try hard enough. Come on.
I fixed him up with purple hair, don't worry.
Nice. Pictures or it didn't happen.
Oh, she's got them.
Nice.
It's along with that snowplow gold wing too, right? Got quiet there. What's going on?
I'm addressing envelopes.
We're dreaming about Girl Scout cookies.
Thinking about
Now we need to find like a motorcycle tie-in for Girl Scout cookies.
You know, speaking of eating, I think
Boy
I've
Scouts
gained
have
5
popcorn,
pounds
but
since the
they
run.
always have it already popped or not popped.
I'm amazed at the stuff these Girl Scouts, actually all of it now. I mean, I feel for anybody who's got young children in school, all of this fundraising stuff.
Oh yeah, it's
And-
crazy. I mean, I've got so much Boy Scout popcorn, and now my granddaughter is in Daisy Scout, so I've got Girl Scout cookies coming, plus all the school stuff that they're doing. And it's almost like they say, you have to buy the X amount of dollars worth.
We got all this stuff from the scouts too, because two of my granddaughters are actually Cub Scouts and they love it.
Ah,
Well, I have two Eagle Scouts, so we always feel obligated to buy anything from Boy Scouts when we pass. But I can't eat that much popcorn. I just plain can't. And I've got so much popcorn, I can't give it away. And then I was really thrilled the other day because I finally gave away all the popcorn. I mean, I put it in Halloween bags, I put it in gift bags. And I was like, woohoo, I'm all done with Halloween or with Boy Scout popcorn. And then my husband came back from work with all like 2 or 3 big things of it. I'm like,
yep.
Boy Scout popcorn again.
Only buy the caramel corn, then it's okay. It won't last.
Oh man, that's addicting. And then the stuff with the chocolate drizzled all over it, forget it. It just, yeah.
Waste of chocolate.
The minute it's open, it's gone. So, and so I try and buy only the pop it yourself kind.
Well, but Mickey, that's not because the popcorn's so good. It's because it's so small.
Oh,
They give you this
Yeah.
big container and inside this little,
yeah, it's like
wrap.
this big. It's like, you buy a tin and it's like this big.
And if you
And so
don't
then-
eat it right away, you can use it to like rebuild a wall. It's crazy.
Well, once it's open, you got to eat it
Oh,
because
yeah.
it's stale immediately. So, yeah, so we always buy the pop it yourself stuff, but then it comes in a, a big thing. It's heavier than sin. And, I buy one, Jeff buys one, and then we pass someplace at, the store and we feel obligated to buy one. And the next thing I know, I've got like 4 or 5 big containers of it. And I just don't eat that much popcorn. So, yeah, so we replenished the monster stash I had. So
Oh,
I'm back to, don't know what to do with it again. All right.
Jerry and Greg. Oh God. Let me see if I can find the picture. I'm getting caught up on the chats. I never pay attention to those.
I was kind of surprised that you didn't have a
What's
comment
that?
at the time, but I just let it go. I was surprised that you didn't comment on it at the time, but I'm like, well, maybe we're letting it go. We're going to be adults tonight.
Oh, I didn't get the memo.
What about the purple hair or riding with the girls?
About being adults tonight.
I'm trying to find Amanda's. There she is.
All right, guys. Let's see. Just because you were looking for it. Sophomore year of college.
Oh, geez. Look at the
Halloween.
hair.
Jerry,
Halloween, we went as the priest and the prostitute. That was a plan. I didn't realize who was supposed to be the prostitute though, so.
which one's you? Hey, Jerry, which one's you?
One with the glasses. Actually, she was photographed by Playboy for the girls of the Big Ten, so it was cool. That was a cool night. It really was. The guy that tried to pick me up at the gas station bugged it. Yeah, that was bad. What was the other one? The purple hair. Let's see if I got that one here.
See,
somewhere.
my mom and dad
Oh,
went
he
as
tried to sniff
I think my dad went as a army lieutenant and my mom went as a camp follower, and it was just as bad.
My mother wore my army uniform for Halloween once. It was just kind of frightening, the whole camo face paint and everything. It's like, ooh, hello.
All right, guys, I'm gonna bow out. I'm gonna see y'all later, and I'm gonna get these things in the mail for everybody. Talk to y'all later.
Good seeing
All
you.
right, thank you.
Yep, bye-bye.
Good night.
Bye.
Thought I had the purple hair, but I can't find it.
I'm looking for it too. I'll find it.
I can show you what a fuel stop in Egypt looks like. We pulled alongside the road wherever it was. And this is looking from the fuel truck. We had 2 support vehicles back here. Everywhere we went, we had police escort, to include a guy in a suit who who had a machine pistol all the time. Turns out that we were in a high terrorist area.
Yeah, that makes me want to go to Egypt.
Yeah.
Well, I'd go again. I am the second oldest guy to have completed that. The oldest was 74, so now I got to wait 2 years. Jerry almost went, I think. I think he was thinking about it.
What was that? Oh, Egypt? Yeah, it
Across
was.
Egypt.
And the minute I said something about it, there's a couple girls that were supposed to run with me on this, from the gym on this marathon. They gave me a load of crap because I was getting ready to bow out of the marathon. But I'm glad I stayed and did it. I'm gonna give up on this purple hair thing.
And out about 2, I will see you all next week.
All right, John, have a good one.
See you, John.
See you, John. Jerry, it's okay. I'll send you some more purple. Just do it.
Make sure it's the kind that actually dyes gray hair though, man.
Well, there's a story behind that purple. I got somebody's order from Target and they said to keep, oh, I found it.
You found it, huh?
They told me to keep it or throw it away. So it's like, okay, I kept it. I shared it. Hold on. Gotta email it to myself.
I think one of my granddaughters eventually used it, actually.
Folks, I'm gonna duck out here. I've got another meeting in 2 minutes. A break between. Good to see you all again.
Good to see you.
All right.
Take
You guys
care.
ready for this? Let me open it up.
I give up.
It's got to be purple because I can see the reflection in your eyeglasses, Linda.
Yeah, I thought you had like purple eyeshadow at first.
There you
You
go.
see that?
Oh, you are darling.
Like lavender.
Well, Jerry, you are not normal, that's for sure.
Well,
You
I
look
never
like-
intend to be.
Kind of like a Oompa Loompa, you know?
Good night,
I like
all.
Good night.
See you
Good night,
later.
Glenn.
See ya, Glenn. Yeah, normal just isn't right.
It's no fun.
Yep. So I'm trying to figure out what my next big thing to do is. I don't know what it's gonna be. I wouldn't mind doing another marathon if it wasn't for all the damn training.
In the running too, it sucks.
Actually, the day of running was awesome. It really was, but you got to prepare for it. And that's it was over 4 months, was 500 miles of running, and that's a long time by yourself.
It is.
That cut into my motorcycle riding.
Oh, it's got to cut into your riding time.
It did.
Well, here,
So-
you could do this. Let me share a different screen. Hold on.
I'm thinking about Ragbri, actually. That's
what?
Ragbri, it's called. It's a Des Moines Register's great ride across Iowa. It's a 5 or 6 day event, 500 miles.
Oh, wow.
A bicycle event?
Yeah.
Yeah,
How
we
do you
get
start this thing?
we
You
get
can
like the
do that.
MS one here. Oh, there you
Ooh, look
go.
at that.
Top of the world, man. Moab.
I drove the prototype for the 4-door Wrangler way back when, before that was out on the street. We broke it. Had
that is
aftermarket tie bars on it. We bent the hell out of them. We had to come down the side of the mountain doing curly cues because we couldn't drive straight.
no,
Almost flipped it doing that.
that Jeep is stock and it made it up that trail. No problem. And I didn't screw anything up underneath.
Jeep's an amazing vehicle. There's parts of the federal motor vehicle standard that are written explicitly for the Jeep Wrangler to allow it to be a vehicle.
Hey, I learned
So-
how
I
to,
didn't know that.
It's the two-door is got the best approach angles and departure angles of any other vehicle out there. Any manufactured vehicle out there, which makes it a great trail Jeep. I drove the Rubicon when it first came out, took it out on a practice trail, drove it through a 6-foot wide, 6-foot deep Jeep ditch. You drove it at a 45-degree angle, you put it in low, locked all the axles, and you let it drive itself. And it would drive right down through. At one part, you're on two wheels, two opposite wheels going up and through it, and drives right down and through a ditch like that. It's amazing.
the two-door Jeep that was in our group had a harder time with that trail
Yeah,
because of the shorter wheelbase, but
yeah. It's easier to roll a two-door than it is a four-door.
yeah. I don't know, there were
I've had them up at 20 or 30 degrees angle on two wheels several times. I had one on back when I was still in the military. I had one on a tank trail on a live range, and I had the thing belly panned in going through ruts on a tank trail that all four wheels were spinning. All around me, I'm hearing N1s whining through the woods, and I'm like, oh God, we got to get out of here somehow. Stuffing things underneath those wheels to get out of that track.
What's next? Motorcycle memoirs next, is that right? Next week.
Yeah, it's Giselle something.
Yeah, Giselle Briden.
Yeah,
Motorcycle
that sounds right.
memoirs. Let's see. And then Jim Dodney does his really good one the following week. Why don't I have her on the calendar? Interesting. It's so quiet.
Good evening, Rob.
I had a terrible time logging into the meeting tonight. It just, everything I touched didn't seem to go right.
Did you
Well,
have
you
to-
made it eventually. That's good.
Last week, we had a trip to Gettysburg, so I got to visit with John a little bit, saw
nice.
his winery, and did all the usual things around Gettysburg.
Good.
That was fun.
Yeah, I was on earlier
Uh,
tonight.
A lot of history there that you don't normally think about.
There's a lot of good stuff to see around there. John did a ride there, led a ride there about 6 or 7 years ago. It was really nice.
So does anybody have anything else? Everybody's getting really quiet. Bedtime. Just in time for Rob to jump on and
Sitting here
Rob's
trying to
here.
make
Okay,
up
we can all
something.
go now.
I was just sitting here trying to make up something that we all did, and it was Rob's turn to talk about.
Right. Well, I think we definitely decided that we're going to do Gettysburg as a kind of an annual occurrence, you know, for whatever reason. Just, I don't know that it would have been my choice to go, but my wife decided she had to go ghost hunting.
You ever go up from, it's not too far from there, but where that 9/11 memorial is?
No, I'd like to see that. That would be.
That, I don't like museums. I gotta tell you, that is an incredible thing to go see and experience.
Wow.
Yeah, it's one of those things. I don't have a bucket list, but if I did and I knew about it, it would be on it. So if you get the chance, do it or plan it for the next time you're up that way.
I was always kind of planning on a ride up to Woodstock. I think that would be more my thing.
Go do the Finger Lakes. Go to northern New York State. It's beautiful.
We used to
Like
go
Ju-
to Americade every year. And after a while, that kind of got so commercialized.
Yeah.
This time of year, that ride up around Lake George, Lake Placid, right along the New York Vermont border, that's just gorgeous all through there.
Yeah.
It really is.
Beautiful.
Now everybody really did get dead quiet.
I'm thinking about going downstairs and making myself some dinner. That's what I'm sitting here thinking about.
That's what I'm gonna do.
I'd find another picture and drag, but that's really the only one that exists.
All right, guys.
All
Well,
right,
we'll
good
see
night.
you all next week.
Yeah.
All
Yeah,
right.
see you next week.
Sorry to be so late.
Well, we're glad you could join us for a little bit.
Yep. I did do a makeup last week. I don't know who I need to talk to, but
That would be me.
okay.
So let me go. I'm gonna go pop that in there right now.
Yeah,